Hello everyone, this is Rahul and welcome to the second part of Terraform variable series. Alright, so what do we have in today's session? So this is my second part on Terraform variable. So first of all, we are gonna see how to create a variable.tf file, that is variable terraform file, because where you are going to store your variables. Secondly, we are gonna see one more advanced concept on terraform.tfvars. So it is one more file where we are going to create the variables, but it is a little bit different from a variable.tf file. So that is going to be the second topic of discussion. Don't worry, we are gonna perform the demo on each topic which we are going to discuss today. So the third in the list we are having is terraform.tfvars, where we are going to create a multiple terraform.tfvars based on the different environments such as staging, testing, and production. So the third in the list we are having is multiple tf.var file. So it is also a same concept, but in the multiple terraform.tfvar files are based on the different environment which we generally have. So then let's take an example: testing, staging, production. So we are gonna see the demo of that one also. And the last topic which we are going to discuss is how to pass a variable using the command line argument. So that is going to be our last topic of discussion along with the demo. If you haven't seen my previous session where we talked about variable types such as string, number, boolean, list, and map, then I would highly recommend to check my first part where I discussed about these Terraform variables, because that is going to be the basis for today's session. Alright, so to start with our first topic, that is variable.tf, that is variable Terraform file. So first of all, we are going to consider a simple scenario where we are going to create only one Terraform file, that is main.tf, and in that file we are going to create variable also. So we are not going to create a variable.tf file separately. So first of all, let's understand this concept. So here you can see we have created a variable that is var.instance_type, and the same variable we have defined in the same file, that is main.tf over here. So the variable type over here is string and the value is t2.micro. So in this approach, what we have done, we have created only one file, that is main.tf, and inside that file we are having our actual Terraform script along with our variable. This concept is very easy, and this implementation is very easy when you are trying to learn Terraform. But this practice is not followed when you actually work with production or staging environment. So you need to have some dynamic configuration in your Terraform file. So for that purpose, we are going to create a separate variable.terraform file. So how to do that? So to improve our code, what we need to do is, first of all, you need to create your main.terraform file. So in that Terraform file, you will see we are having provider, that is AWS. Second, you are having a resource, that is EC2 instance. So these two components are mandatory for creating a Terraform file, but this is just an example. It can differ for Google Cloud Platform, for Azure also. But here, if you look on the right hand side, this main.terraform file doesn't contain any variable. So how to create those variables, or how to store those variables inside Terraform file? So for that, we are going to create one more file that is called variable.tf, and inside that file we are going to write our variable. Okay, so as you can see on the left hand side, the same variable we have created in the same file, that is main.tf. But once we are talking about the variable.terraform, then we are going to create a separate file, and the name of that file should be variable.tf. Okay, so here everything is same. The only thing which we have did over here, we have created two files. One is main.tf and second is variable.tf, and everything, if you compare on the left hand side, will be same. Okay, now we know the concept of variable.tf file. Let's perform some demo. So along with this session, I'm going to post this link of this guide into the description section of the video. So all the commands and all the scripts which I'm going to perform during this demo will be available in this guide. So you can follow that guide. As of now, I'm running this guide on my local host, but as soon as I publish this video, so this guide will be available on my website. To start with, first of all, we need to create main.tf file. And for that, this is the content. We need to mention the provider, that is AWS. Second, we need to mention the resource. And here we are going to start an EC2 instance on AWS. So that's the resource which we are going to provision using Terraform. So I'm just going to copy this script from here. and this is my terminal on the left hand side, and this is my Linux machine where I have already installed Terraform. And if you haven't done the installation, then also I'll put the link and the video session where I have shown how to install Terraform into the description section of this video. Okay, so to start with, first of all, I'm going to create a main.terraform file, and for that I'm just going to directly write main.vi main.tf. Okay, I'm just going to paste the content over here, and I'll just quit, save and quit. I'll clear the screen. So here you can see my main.tf file has been created. I'll view the content, and yeah, I can see everything looks okay to me. Okay, if you follow along the guide, then the second step which we are going to create is variable.tf file. So here the content is pretty much simple, and here we are going to declare a variable of type string, and the value is t2.micro, because we are going to spin a EC2 instance of t2.micro, because we are just performing for the demo purpose, so we don't need a heavy CPU machine. So that's why I have taken t2.micro. So I'll clear the screen on the terminal on the left hand side, and I'm just gonna write vi variable.tf. Okay, and I'm just gonna copy this content and paste it over here. After that, I'll save and quit, and I can see if file has created. So yeah, my file has been created. I can verify the content of variable.tf by running the cat command. And yeah, it looks okay. So the next question is how this whole variable thing will work together. So here in this guide, I have mentioned the command terraform apply, but if you are doing it for the first time, then you can't run the terraform apply command directly. You need to follow some sequence of terraform command. So as you can see on my terminal on the left hand side, first of all, I'll clear the screen. The first command which you need to run is terraform init. So this is the first thing which you need to do. It is going to download all the dependency for AWS environment on your local system so that it can initialize all those things. Alright, so now I have run the terraform init command, and all the required dependencies has been downloaded for AWS environment. So before we run actual terraform apply command, there is one more command, that is terraform plan. That is our second step which we need to run. So terraform plan command is actually telling you how many resources it is going to be added. So as of now, we are trying to create a EC2 instance. So that's why we are going to create one resource into AWS environment. So this command is going to tell you like how many resources is going to be added. So that is 1. So that's the purpose of our terraform plan command. So as of now, we have seen 2 commands. Those are the prerequisites command which you need to run every time before you run your terraform apply command. So the 2 commands are terraform init and terraform plan. Okay, so before we apply, I'll clear the screen, and the final thing which we need to do is terraform apply. And it is going to take some time. I'll be back once this terraform apply command is done. Alright, so as you can see below, our terraform apply command has just finished, and it has added one resource to AWS. So I'll head back to my AWS console, and this is my dashboard of my AWS account. This is a free account which I am using. Click on EC2. And here if you see, the one instance is running, so click on it. And here you can see our Terraform EC2 instance has just provisioned and it is up and running. So this is how you are going to create a variable file, and the same variable file can be used to define the t2.micro instance type. And this is just an example of a variable.terraform file, and this file can be complex in your real world scenarios, but this is just a simple example and the demo for variable.terraform file. Before we jump to the next topic of discussion, the first thing which we need to do is we need to destroy this EC2 instance, because we are going to again spin the same EC2 instance but with a different setup. Okay, so how to do that? So for that there is a command terraform destroy, and it is going to destroy your EC2 instance. It will ask enter a value, so you need to type yes. Okay, so here you can see the message destroy complete. So that means our instance should be destroyed, and that we can verify from here. We just need to refresh, and here you can see our instance has been deleted. Moving to the next topic, the thing which we are going to do over here is we are going to create a terraform.tf files. And again, these files are being used to store the variable, and we are going to perform the same demo where we are going to provision an EC2 instance on AWS, but this time we are going to use this tf-var files. Our setup is pretty much same. We are going to create a main.terraform file. After that, we are going to create a variable.tf file. But here we are going to create a one more file, that is terraform.tf-var file. Yeah, I know it might be little confusing to you. We are already having variable.tf file, and again we are creating a terraform.tf-var files. But why do we need it? But hold on your question. We are going to answer that question into the next topic of discussion, where we are going to create a multiple tf-var file. But just for the time being, just try to understand, like we need to create one tf-var file where we are going to store the variable value. So we are going to create three files over here. First of all, main.tf, and here we are going to write the provider. Second, the resource which we are going to provision, that is our EC2 instance. And that EC2 instance we have already stored in the variable, that is instance type. So in variable.tf, we are going to declare the variable. That's it. We are not going to store any value. We are just going to define a variable over here. And this variable name over here, you can see we are using into the main.tf. Okay. The third file which we see over here is terraform.tf-var. And in that file, we are going to put the actual value of our instance type, that is t2.micro. And since this is a string type, that's why it is under double quotes. Let's start creating these files. So first of all, I'm going to create a main.tf, and for that what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy the content from here. I'm going to head over to terminal, and I'm just directly going to write vi main.tf. I'm just going to paste the content. I'll save and quit. Moving to the second file, that is variable.tf. I'm just going to copy it. I'll clear the screen over here. I'm just going to write the command vi variable, and always remember, try to put the correct name. If you make any spelling mistake in the file name, then it might cause you some trouble. Okay, so I'll just paste the content here. I'm just defining the variable but not putting the actual value. I'll just save and quit. I'll clear the screen. And the next file which we are going to create is terraform.tf-var. I'm just going to copy the name directly, so it will be a little easy for me. Okay, so I'm just going to paste the content. That's done. Okay, I'll clear the screen. I'll just verify the content, and here I can see 3 files has been created. We can verify by going into it. And yeah, it looks okay. The main.tf, I'll clear the screen, and we can also look for variable also. And yeah, it looks okay. And again, we can look for terraform.tf-var, and it's look okay to me. Okay. The next step in which we are going to run 3 commands, terraform init, then after that terraform plan, and then terraform apply. So I'm just gonna speed up this process because this gonna take us some time. So I'll just fast forward this process, and I'm just gonna run these 3 commands one by one. Once you run the terraform apply command, then it is going to ask, do you want to perform this action? So you simply need to type yes. Now our EC2 instance has been provisioned. We can go to our AWS console. I'm just gonna refresh this page. And here we can see our Terraform EC2 instance has been created, and this is the name which we have supplied using terraform.tf-var files. Now we have seen how to use tf.var file. Let's first destroy this instance. Moving to the next topic, where we need to create a multiple terraform.tf-var files, and we are going to answer that question, why we need terraform.var files and why they are important. Okay, so here on the left hand side you can see we are having a main.terraform file, and here the example is pretty much same. We are going to provision an EC2 instance, and the provider is AWS, and this is the resource which we are going to provision. But here if you look carefully, then we are going to create here 2 variables. So the first variable is instance type, and the instance type which we are going to define is t2.micro. Secondly, there is a one more tag, and we are going to create a variable for that tag also, and the variable name for that is environment_name. So why we are using environment_name? Because I want to create this Terraform file for different environment, that is staging and production, and I want to supply those values inside this tag variable. So if I'll hard code some value over here, then I cannot put or assign some different values inside this main.terraform file. So that's why we need to have multiple terraform var files to supply those values. Okay, but don't worry, we are gonna see the demo as well as this example. So here I'm going to create a variable.tf file, and this variable.tf file is going to be empty. We are only going to create, or we are only going to declare variables. Now we have our main.tf and variable.tf. The next file which we are going to create is our stage tf var file. And as you can see, the name of the file is different, and we are using stage because we want to have this file for staging environment. And again, we are going to create a one more file, and that file is going to be for production, and the name of the file is production.tfvar. So here the variable assignment is pretty much same. We are going to assign t2.micro value, but the environment name will change. Here we are going to define stage for staging and production for production. And then we are going to use these files based on our requirement. If we are going to put this file, or we are going to apply this configuration on a stage environment, then we are going to use stage tfvar. And if we are going to apply the same configuration on production, then we are going to use the production tfvar, so that we can change the value of environment variable. Either it's going to be stage or either it's going to be production. So that's why we have created these two files, and we have created these variable along with the variable.tf file. Then the next question comes, like how we are going to supply this file name using the terraform apply command. So here is the syntax for supplying the different tfvar files along with your terraform plan command or terraform apply command. So here the command is pretty much same. You can write terraform plan or terraform apply, followed with the keyword -var -file, and then your actual file name. If you are going to apply this configuration for stage, then you are going to put stage.tfvar. And if you are going to apply the same configuration for production, then you are just going to supply the production tfvar. Let's head back to our guide for the demo. And here, first of all, we need to create a main.tf. Along with that, we are going to create two variables for environment name as well as instance type. But let's first of all create the main.tf file. I'll copy the content from here. I'll go to terminal and I'm just gonna write main.tf. I'll paste the content. I'll save and quit. Next, we are going to create a variable.tf. So I'm just gonna copy the name of the file. I'll just type the command vi, and I'm just gonna paste the content over here. I'll clear the screen. And again, we need to create two more files. One is stage tfvars. So I'll just copy the name and I'll go back to my terminal. I'll paste the content over here. I'll save and quit. And again, I have not written that production.tfvar, but I'm just gonna create that file also, stage or maybe production.tfvars. I'll update the instruction in this guide. And meanwhile, I'll just copy the content from here for stage, and here I'm just gonna change the content to production. I'll just save and quit. Now again, we need to run the three commands. So the three commands are terraform, first of all terraform init, then second I'm gonna run terraform plan. But as you can see, this command is now little special. Here you need to supply the name of the file, the tfvar file which you need to apply. So I'm just going to apply stage tfvar file, and then I'm gonna run the terraform apply command again with the same parameter over here. So I'm just gonna fast forward this clip and I'll be back once everything is done. Now we have run all the three commands along with the file which we need to supply in the terraform plan and terraform apply command. Next we will go to AWS console. I'll just refresh this page, And here you can see our EC2 instance has been created. And if you look carefully over here, then here the name of the instance is stage. So that's the name of the instance which we wanted to have. Moving to the next topic, where we are going to supply the same variable using the command line. So here, first of all, I'll explain how we can achieve that. So first of all, we need to create the main.tf file. And the file is pretty much same. We are going to create it a provider, and then we are going to create a resource, that is our EC2. And here we are going to declare a variable, that is var.instance underscore type. So that's our variable, and it will hold the value t2.micro. Okay, then secondly, we are going to create a variable.tf file, and this variable.tf file will be empty. It will only have the variable name inside it. Okay, and third thing, since we are going to perform this on a command line, so we need to supply some value at our command line. So the command, like for example terraform apply, so here we need to supply the variable name along with its value. So how we are going to do that? So first of all, we need to write the command terraform apply followed by -var, and then you need to supply actual variable name, that is instance underscore type, and followed by its actual value t2.micro. To start with, first of all, we are going to create a main.tf file. So I'll just copy the content from here. I'll go back to my terminal. I'll open in the VI mode, main.tf. I'll paste the content. I'll save and quit. I'll create one more file, that is variable.tf. And I'll also paste the content from here, and inside that file I'll save and quit. Now we are having main.tf and variable.tf in place, and we can verify using the ls command, and yeah, both files are there. Now we need to run those three commands, and for that we need to change a little bit. So first of all, we are going to run terraform init command. After that, we are going to run terraform plan command. But remember, we need to supply the variable name. So the keyword we need to first put is -var. After that, we need to assign the instance type, the variable name, along with its value. Okay. So I'm just gonna run all these three commands, and I'm just gonna fast forward this clip. So I'll be back once everything is ready. Now I'm done with all the three commands, so we can go back to our AWS console, and I can refresh the page over here. And here you can see our EC2 instance has been provisioned. So this is how you pass a command line argument, and you can pass a variable into your Terraform configuration. I hope you liked today's session on Terraform variable and my previous session also on Terraform variable. And if you're interested into similar content on DevOps like Kubernetes, Helm chart, Docker, Terraform, then you can follow my channel where I keep on posting this similar guides and lab sessions. You can find me on a YouTube with the name Rahul Wagh or jhook, or also you can search me on the web with the name jhook.com, and you will find all the guides which I generally use into my lab session. So all the instructions and the commands are generally available in this guide. So feel free to go and check my guides, and I put all the links of this guide into the description section of the video, so you can go back and check. And if you have any questions or queries, or if you face any error, then please put down into the comment section and try to get back to you with the answer. Thank you, and see you into the next Terraform session in next week. Bye bye.